I really don't see what's fine. I make a motion to approve them.
One second.
Second that.
All those in favor, or I'm sorry, there's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. All right, item number 1 is to appoint temporary chairperson.
Make a motion that Stephanie House will be a temporary chairperson.
I will second that.
There's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Item number 2, appoint permanent chairperson.
I will nominate Stephanie Houseman to retain permanent chair.
Motion to second that.
There's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Item number 3, appoint vice chairperson. I will make a motion to appoint Scott Johnson as vice chair.
I'll second that.
There's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Support, opposed? Motion carries. Item number 4, award contract BROS SWAP /C 014-171 Southeast 14th project. That's a tongue twister there.
I emailed everybody else at the Henry address.
Thank you.
Going forward, we'll have that set up after today's meeting, so we'll have it. Zach brought this to the board a week ago, is that a week ago, 2 weeks ago?
Week ago, I had the parent bid results, so the DOT did get the contract sent out and the numbers, the parent bid results were confirmed, so everything is good is what it was. I think I sent you a copy of the actual bid tab to show where the other, I guess, the line items for all 4 bidders where they came in at. But the low bidder was Graves Construction out of Spencer in the amount of $476,642.96. I guess any questions regarding that?
You said the grand total is 683,000, right?
That was the bid for
Oh.
the Murphy, I believe.
Okay,
The high bid. So the low bid would
Oh, the
be,
476,642.
correct,
Okay.
correct.
And that was very close to your estimate. Good job on your cost estimating.
Yeah, sometimes you get lucky, so.
That was within 1%.
It overall got pretty good bids.
Yeah.
With the products, materials, even labor, everything the way it is. Fuel's coming down some now, but there's so much uncertainty that bids have definitely gone up from what they had been. But
Question on that, why is Murphy also been kind of out of the picture? They used to be in the picture so much more.
I don't know. Obviously I have not talked to them.
I mean, they're a good contract.
They are. They've done work for us.
Because they'll also use work with used materials.
I would assume that either he has more work and is not as hungry, or his material costs that he was getting, or maybe it's a labor thing. I know he had some labor issues like a lot of contractors did, so why his bid was higher on this one, I don't know. I guess my assumption is he didn't want this one real bad, so.
I've always enjoyed working with them.
Mhm.
What the funding for this comes from?
So this is our BR funding or bridge replacement funds. This is the last swap project that we'll end up doing. It'll be going back to federal funds now because of how the new bill that had passed. But this one is still swap funds, so it's essentially state money that we're using from our bridge replacement fund. So, but it 100% funded from that fund.
The removal of the bridge
Mhm.
to, you guys are gonna transport it to Swan Lake.
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
Was from 15,000 to 80,000 on the bids.
Yep, and
That's huge.
that would be also to remove the abutment. I mean, removal of the bridge would be the parts that are there as well. The removal of the abutments that are there. taking apart whatever they need to get it to that point, so. But it definitely was a large range, and some contractors will put money in there just because they can, right? I mean, that's how
Well, it's not very often where a bridge has to be transported in its entirety. Normally they
Right.
can just go in and jackhammer and blow it up.
Right, which I don't know, maybe that's a benefit because they don't have to dispose of it. They don't have to get rid of it, all they have to do now is load it, which they have a crane there anyway.
Yeah.
It's not as big of an ordeal as what you might think it is, so.
But I did inquire, anybody want to guess the car count on that bridge? Daily,
2.
It's not very high.
20,
Oh,
wow, and there's no residences on that road. But anyway, so the road will be closed for up to 4 months probably.
Yeah, it depends. We did allow free winter work, so they can come in this winter and start, especially with it being on a dead mile, we'll call it, with no residents. So if they choose to do that, they don't get charged any working days up until, I believe, April 1st, I believe. I have to double check that date.
Then they have 120 days.
I think they have 60 working days.
Okay,
So essentially 3 months of working days. But I doubt that it would take them that long, especially if they get started in the winter. It's just if they do start in the winter, then weather can slow things down some as well, so it all depends on, once the contract gets signed, we can start having conversations with the contractor and get a game plan on what they would like to do, so.
That's the dumbest thing you can't talk to them to sign a contract.
Nope, not at all.
and just because I read a newspaper today, it was built in 1913. And it's historic because it's a pony truss, correct?
Yeah, it's
Which means,
one of the first pony trusses, I think. It was before they even really became a standard, I think. It's a very early pony truss, so.
any more questions?
I'll make a motion to approve,
Award the contract.
to award the contract to Ely
Graves
I don't have the paperwork.
Graves Construction.
Graves Construction.
I'll second that.
There's been a motion and a second, it's a resolution, so roll call.
No,
I think
no,
we're just
No.
awarding the contract. Oh, we're just awarding.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
All right, any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Now,
So what will happen now is that allows, we'll be able to award the contractor can go in and sign the contract digitally. And then I'll bring it back to the board to actually approve the contract once the contractors got put their signature on it and gotten their bond and everything they need to do on their end. So
okay,
this is kind of the first step of the process for the contract, so.
Okay.
Second thing I had on the list for today was approving or reviewing and approving the resolution, allowing myself to sign that contract digitally, so we don't have to set that all up. Which is kind of a convoluted process in itself. This is resolution's the same as what we've done on a couple previous projects, I think. Just they changed the name and location, basically. Other than that, everything else has been the same.
So we can do this on each project.
Unfortunately,
You can't just make so if we have multiple projects, now you're,
still got to do them separately.
okay, anyway.
It's,
I thought we did it one time where you were good for a whole year. What was the resolution the last one we just passed in December or November? I thought we just went through.
that was different. That was appointing me as the county or appointing me as a county engineer to sign other documents. The contracts through the DOT are a separate deal. They didn't even allow this like 3 years ago, I think. They finally, there's enough people that were upset about it that they tried to find a way to make this happen so that, because as the board chairs change every year, every 2 years, whatever it might be, everyone always have to re-up and put in, get set up in Doc Express. And it was a pain in the butt, is what it was.
That substance abuse contract
Yes,
used to do that, and every time we had a different changes to chairman, which, always wrote. Got to be a big problem getting that done. That's when Joanne was up to.
Yeah.
And we switched that to make Joanne, which now is Emily. They take care of signing that paperwork. Because otherwise it's in any state website are a pain in the ass to operate through, as far as I'm concerned. So it's just a lot simpler doing it this way.
You have to use the same computer, the same internet browser, the same, it's gotta be all to a T. Just to get it to take it for everything to work, so. The good thing, I guess, is we don't do lots of contracts with the DOT, so generally, one a year is maybe two, maybe not every year, so it's not something that happens all the time, so. But it is a separate resolution for every project that is signed.
Cause I didn't know we do the other one. That's good. All right, I'll make a motion to adopt resolution 2023-001.
I will second that.
There's been a motion and a second. It's a resolution, so roll call. Councilman, yes, Johnson?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Miners,
Yes.
motion carries.
That's all I have. It was slick this morning with some ice, but I think it's breaking up and much better now than what it was a couple hours ago, so.
Have you had any comments on resolution 004? Or resolution 4 or ordinance 4?
No, have not.
This is the one we're gonna be doing next. I was gonna ask you, whether we need to make any changes to that.
No, that should be fine.
All right, next item on the agenda is to adopt resolution regarding special meeting permits. Under section 3.1E.2 of the 2020 Code of Iowa, issue permits movement of machine vehicles or loads. Combination thereof which exceeds the maximum dimensions or weights of chapter 321E upon secondary roads under their jurisdiction. You guys don't need to keep them.
No. I'll
It's
make a
going to be a
motion.
long day if I have to read all of them.
I will make a motion that we approve resolution for special moving permit.
I will second.
Are these all roll call? Okay, there's been a motion and a second roll call. Austin? Yes. Johnson?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Miners?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item number 7, adopt resolution regarding fixed charges.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution to fix charges.
And I will second that. Is there any more discussion on the motion in a second? If not, roll call. Houseman? Yes. Johnson?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Ayers?
Yes.
Motion carries. Where is this one? This one everybody gets to sign. That does not sign. Item number 8, adopt resolution regarding the destruction of records. And this is 10 years, correct? In your office?
This is just talking about, 10 years.
So does it like the clerk of court do anything like that?
If they do, it'd be a state thing.
I mean, with the issue we got down there,
Yeah, I don't know.
have you heard any more on that?
We're gonna try to, make some room in that room that's next to the comm center that has some election stuff in. Gonna try to squeeze them in there too. Yeah.
Is there a lot that can go bye-bye, do you think, or not at all?
Everything that is in that room is permanent, is my understanding.
Wow.
Oh, is it really?
So for you.
No, I guess I'll make a motion on the resolution destruction revenue.
I'll second.
There's been a motion and a second. Roll call. Houseman? Yes. Johnson?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Miners?
Yes.
Motion carries. I'll pass this. Next item is to adopt resolution naming official county newspapers. We have the Daily Times Herald, and that's still fine, right, with the transition?
Yep, I received letters from them, so.
Okay.
Yep.
And then Coon Rapids Enterprise, but are they still? And the Manning Monitor?
Yep, I received the letters from all three of them requested, so we should be good shape.
You did not get one from both of them.
No, I did not.
I'll make a motion to approve the 3 named official newspapers.
I'll second them.
We've got a motion and a second roll call.
Elspeth?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Miners?
Yes.
Motion carries. One more to sign.
The next item on the agenda is to approve the 2023 holiday schedule. There wasn't any changes from years prior.
No, yeah, no holidays added or removed. Unless you want to add some.
Could add a few. No.
You'll make a motion to
I'll
approve?
make a motion to approve the holidays for 2023.
I will second.
There's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, here we go. It's tedious. Number 11, appoint County Board of Health member. There is Dr. Michelle Hine, and she has agreed.
So do we need motions for each one of these?
Yes.
Okay. I'll make the motion to retain Dr. Michelle Hine for a 3-year term starting January 2023.
I'll second that.
There's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Appoint county ambulance board members.
I did reach out to all 3 of them, and all 3 of them will continue.
I will make a motion to approve all 3.
I will second that.
There's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not,
I would, for publish, that we mentioned their names.
okay. So it is Taya Jacobson Ganani, Dr. Michael Slattery, and Michael Schwabi. There's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Appoint county conservation board member. Tracy Buck, and he is willing to serve again in the conservation.
I'll make a motion to approve Tracy Doug.
Second that.
Got a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Carries. Item 14, appoint county medical examiner.
You skip that. Oh, okay. Nope. Sorry. I did speak to Dr. Slattery and Dr. Williams, and they both agreed for another 2-year term. So I'll make a motion to approve both of them.
There's 2 places you gotta do them individually.
Oh, I'm sorry. I will make a motion to retain Dr. Michael Slattery as county medical examiner for a 2-year term.
I will second that. There's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Appoint assistant county medical examiner.
I'll make a motion, we appoint Dr. Josh Williams, Assistant County Medical Examiner.
Wait a second.
There's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 16, appoint lead commissioner, Tony Vogel. I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve that.
I will second.
We're gonna have some- Okay, there's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I'll abstain.
Motion carries.
Related to everybody. You're related to
Yeah.
everybody.
Item 17, appoint zoning administrator. Currently, it's Carrie Kersey. I'm going to make a motion to appoint Sarah Halbro as our zoning administrator.
I'll second.
This is an annual appointment. Okay, so there's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 18, appoint county zoning commissioners. We've got Janelle Schreck, Bill Benami, Katie Holtz, Jacob Johnson, Jason Clark.
I will make a motion that we approve all 5 of those reappointed.
I'll second that.
There's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 19, appoint Carroll County Board of Adjustment 5-year member. And that would be John, no,
Gary Earl.
Gary Earlbeck.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh,
Did you speak to him?
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we appoint Jerry Earlbeck.
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 20, appoint Glidden Planning and Zoning Board 2-mile limit member, and we have John Brockelsby.
Make a motion to approve John Buckley as the City of Glidden Planning and Zoning Board in the 2-mile limit.
I'll second.
All right, there's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 21, appoint Glidden Board of Adjustment 2-mile limit member, and that would be Jim Geffers.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
All right, there's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 20, appoint to County Solid Waste Commission, Scott Johnson. I will make a motion to obtain Scott Johnson.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 23, appoint Carroll Planning and Zoning Board 2-mile limit member. And that is Ron Jurgens. I'll make a motion to appoint Ron Jurgens.
Second that.
There's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Item 24, appoint Carroll Board of Adjustment 2-mile member. And that would be John Weston.
So moved.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 25, appoint to Region 12 Council of Government Executive Board.
I'll make a motion to have Stephanie Houseman replace Rich Ruggers.
I'll second it.
There's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 26, appoint 2 members to the Region 12 Council of Government Policy Council. We currently have Stephanie Houseman and Scott Johnson. I'll make a motion to reappoint.
I'll second that.
It's been a-
You're on the executive board.
Oh, so I can't be.
I think that.
Well, Rich was on both.
No.
I believe it has to be somebody different.
Yep.
Because they're 2 different.
Who wants to step up for that?
Mike
one?
Anderson would be my recommendation.
Make a motion.
I'll make a motion. Scott Johnson and Mike
I'll second
Anderson.
that.
All right, there's been a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Mike, just so you know, they're meet quarterly.
That's not no big one.
All right, item 27. Appoint City of Carroll Library Board Member. And currently right now, Ralph. Quinlan.
Yep, you got it. I'll make a motion.
Second that.
All right, there's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Item 28, appoint to Western Iowa Tourism Board. Which is Jason Christensen.
Motion to retain Jason Christensen for Western Iowa Tourism Board.
I will second that.
There's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. 29, appoint Neast Township Clerk and Trustee. Which is
Jim Burke
James Berger.
and Brent Marguerite. I will make a motion that we reappoint those two.
I'll second. There's been a motion
Where's the second one on there?
It's
right
the ones
underneath
that-
it.
One's a trustee, one's a clerk.
Oh, I see.
We're just doing them
Okay,
both
yeah,
at the
yeah.
same time. There's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed. Motion carries. Item 30, appoint Maple River Township Clerk and Trustee, and we currently have Norman Shetler and Randy Drees.
Did Dean talk to them?
They're fine.
Okay,
Norman Shetler did not want to serve. He let us know.
Oh, Norm doesn't?
that's what I was thinking. Dean said he had somebody in
Oh.
mind though.
I did not know that. So we gotta find somebody there then?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys wanna table the Maple River one. Until, because I'm pretty sure Dean has somebody to do it.
I can
just don't
reach out.
remember who it was.
I don't either. He said the name, but he does have somebody. Pretty person.
Reach out to Dean.
Yeah, well, should we
Okay.
table that one and then just next week? I'll reach out to Dean and ask him. So we're gonna skip item 30 and we're gonna go to 31.
Maybe he's watching. I don't know why, Janice.
31 is appoint Pleasant Valley Township Clerk and Trustee. And we currently have Marty Graving and Jeff Polkey.
I will make a motion to approve, reappoint those two.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 32, appoint Roselle Township Clerk and Trustee. And we currently have Doug Burdigan
And Dan Stern.
and Dan Stern.
I will make a motion to approve those, reappoint them.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 33, appoint County Condemnation Compensation Commissioners, Iowa Code, Chapter 6B.4. Please, I would love everybody to repeat that. You want me to name off all the
Kind of
names?
Look through here and make sure that everybody's,
I had a question about John Highland, but I think he just retired. He's still in. I will make a motion that we reappoint the total, all the members of these condemnation compensation commissioners.
I'll second.
And you're saying that for both farm owners and operators. and city and-
All four different divisions.
Okay.
So it's 7 times 4 is what, 28 people. And then just for your benefit, all these boards are supposed to be gender balanced. So if you want to really have a good job to do, try to reappoint that all. It's not easy. So I'll make that motion to reappoint them.
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. All right, item 34, chairperson to make committee assignments. I am gonna make a motion to give them all to Jean. Just kidding.
Second.
Just kidding. So obviously, the board is aware we are one board member short until February. So we will be doing this again after a special election. So for right now, all four of us kind of have to pick up the slack a little bit. And I did make notions here. So we'll go through Rich Ruggles first. So obviously Region 12 Council of Government Executive will be me. The Rolling Hills Community Service Region is Jean. We're not gonna fill the alternates because we're just hoping that the person that sits on those boards can be there. So we're gonna skip all the alternates. And the general assistant audit team was both Rich and I, and I'll just do it. And then partnerships for family is going to wait until we have the board filled. So until we fill that position. Gene Miners, and then. This was not listed on Rich's, but it's Iowa Workforce Development. That will go under me as well. Then until we receive a new board member. I think we should just keep everything as same, and then we can readjust once we get the 5th member. But I'd like to add another one that wasn't under Rich Ruggles was CADC, and I'd like to add Scott Johnson to CADC. After that. Until we fill the board, I think there'll be some shuffling around once we get that person back in. More shuffling around than what we're gonna do right now, and anybody can throw out suggestions.
So you're saying Dean's would be all the same for him then?
For right now, yes. Until we can get a full board again. Unless you guys would like to move some around. That's just my recommendations. Rich is the tricky one with absence. The rest of them,
Well, I think that's probably the only thing we should do. And fill in where we have to, because that's
District
probably.
2 will stay the same then.
Hmm?
District 2 will stay the same. Yeah, for now. We don't
Is there
need-
still a Carroll County / City Communications Center?
Really, the only thing we would be doing is probably, and that could be done with, no, not necessarily.
because we signed,
Because the only thing we would do now would be go down and do the budget review.
But his E911 board is separate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that,
Carroll County City Communication the second one under,
yeah, we
We
could
signed a
probably,
multi-year.
we
contract.
could probably
just delete that.
both, yeah, on mine and on his.
Okay.
Because I would assume that if the city would want to renegotiate that dollar amount that they're contributing, that'll be a whole board
Yeah.
decision.
Yeah.
And there's another one I thought was questionable. Oh, and then Mount Carmel Maple River Sewer Systems, that's where you and I are supposed to, if there's any issues.
Has there ever been?
You might get a
Maple
call.
River guy. We get a bill every month from Maple River.
Yeah, we got a guy that takes care of that.
Okay.
And environmental health kind of oversees that too a little bit.
So we don't get a motion for that. That's just up to your discretion, correct?
Well, we think there needs to be a motion to
Yes, sir.
approve that, yeah.
So, I mean, and there are a few that I saw on that kind of question, Wesco. I enjoy sitting on that board and I do learn a lot, but the need for it, is there a need for it?
For
The
Carroll
only
County.
reason why we do is because don't we contribute to that a little bit? If you don't,
Nothing.
see, most people have got some.
So I asked, Clay. Was when I was first on the board, why we sit on there. And he said back a long time ago, each contiguous county had a board of supervisors sit on their board. Because I think there was some more stuff that happened. Now it's just myself, Audubon and Crawford. So we got Eric Scoot, Rick Thompson and myself, and then there was a couple other local community members that, there's city mayor, but. So there, I mean, I love sitting on there. I actually truly enjoy that board. It's just,
Yeah, I would say if we're not contributing the contribution, they're gonna need to have a board member.
But there's a lot of things we don't contribute to, we sit on for,
I'll have a conversation, because I have no problems continuing to sit on there, but I'll talk to Clay, because I know they struggle finding board members as well. The other one, and I enjoy sitting on this one as well, is the Carroll area daycares, and I know we give money to them, but we also don't give money to the other 5 daycares. 3 daycares that come and ask for money, so why do we sit on the Carroll area
Well, we
daycare?
don't have anybody on the Breeda board, do we?
Or Manning.
Or Manning.
it's not ask for more than what we want.
Yeah,
No, I'm just saying,
no, but I'm just wondering if, yeah, she's got a good point. Why do we have representation on it? when-
No.
I think because it's probably the amount of dollars, it's the biggest one, I don't.
That's- Yeah,
I have no problem continuing to serve on it. And I think it keeps us aware of some of the issues that go on through the community, and daycare is a big issue, but I just wanted to bring it to light.
Yeah, there's a lot of these boards, I mean. From the, you know,
I could also say the same thing for Hungry Canyons.
yeah, now Hungry Canyons, we do, by being involved, then we do get some money once in a while for some of our projects,
If we come up with
projects.
a project, which we,
I think the last one we had was down by Manning, huh?
Yeah, we haven't worked for years, but there has been some dollars and we do contribute towards that as well, so.
well, those are my recommendations.
Of retaining the boards you have that you just questioned, plus the, what you
Adding.
think.
I'm adding Region 12 executive, general assistant, which I was already on.
And we need to look at that when we get.
Yeah.
Fifth wheel and readjust everything.
And then I'm also taking Iowa Workforce Development. Jean is taking Rolling Hills. And that is it for bridges that will be. And you're adding CABC.
That's GGCD.
Sorry, Carroll County Growth Partners.
You can write that down.
CCGP.
And that Region 12 policy, I take that off you, right?
No,
No.
yeah,
The
Oh, no.
policy, yeah.
Yeah.
Not
but
exactly.
we have two of them on that policy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And what that means is, so like the executive board meets, I think we meet at 4. And we meet from 4 until 6, and then you guys come at 6. And then
So
hash
3 or 4
over.
times a year.
Yeah.
And I'll update this list and send it to you guys, so you
Thank you.
know, obviously, I'm gonna probably have notes here on ones we're waiting on and stuff, so
Yeah.
it might be a little messy, but.
So is it in the bylaws anywhere where we have to have those alternates, or was that a courtesy thing? That all the
I think they
ones
like to
switches
have alternates, because if somebody can't make it, then we have somebody else that can
Let's
step
say
in,
like,
and then they still have a quorum.
Cherokee.
The Yes Center, if he
If
can't
we
make it.
can't
I
make
will.
it,
Okay.
if they need to have quorum, that's one reason. Or if something happens and they need to vote on something, at least we have a way of voting on it.
Exactly. All right,
So, some don't recognize, and new outfits starting to do that too, because of the quorum, yeah.
so I'll make a motion to approve everything as stated above.
I'll second it.
There's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Courtney, quick question.
Yeah.
Has anybody applied for District 5 yet?
I haven't seen anything.
Okay.
I believe they have till the 13th.
They do, yeah.
Is that when the independent has filed too?
Correct.
With signatures.
All right, item 35, adopt resolution 2023-002, construction evaluation.
Mike, for your benefit, this is the only way we have any control on outcome plans. So we, under the bigger ones are built with what, over 2,500 animal units. We go out and do a review of that site. And then she will, like, what time we go out, get copies and maps for all the wells and stuff, so we can do all that. Do that master matrix. This is part of that master matrix here. Okay. To me, it's like going in the restaurant and checking the list what you want off the menu.
But it only applies to new construction.
Only new construction, and it's over 2,500 animal units of them.
But we haven't had a lot of those,
Not
like,
lately.
in the last few years, we really haven't.
No, so.
So are you looking for a motion on that second?
Yep.
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution 2023-002, construction evaluation.
We'll second that. We have to use it every year, and we can't do it till after the first year.
All right, there's been a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, roll call.
Smith?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Miners?
Yes.
Motion carries. You pass that down to staff. Evan.
All right, item 36, GIS department equipment discussion. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning.
Good
How are you
morning.
today?
Good, how are you guys today?
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
So real quick, Sarah and I have been in quite a bit of conversations about the transition of her department and the responsibilities. And with that, we've had some kinks, but we've worked through them. I want to say thank you, Sarah, for your commitment to Carroll County and the service you're providing to Carroll County. The camaraderie and the cohesiveness has been phenomenal. With that, we have an embosser coming, correct? We're gonna, so I had Sarah come up with a list of things that she needs, because now we are going to provide passports throughout the GIS in the recorder's office on the main level, open Monday through Friday. And if people would like make appointments, there's a few items that she needs for this department to be successful. And so I had Sarah come up with a list. And I asked her to present that to the board.
Well, I brought quotes for the bosser and I got quotes for a printer as well. I made everybody kind of a packet if I could hand those around. And just stuff here.
Oh,
This will be
all
a
mine?
Those are all
Yeah.
yours. That's all yours. And that's all yours.
Thank you.
Thank you. So the first part is, okay, if we start with the printer, or do you want to start with the embosser? The embosser is on the back.
Do the embosser first.
Okay, so your
please.
back 3 pages. There should be highlighted quotes there for the embosser. I got a quote from Stones, so that would be your $39.50 plus shipping. It takes about 2 to 3 business days to get, plus the shipping time. And then the second quote I got was from the Des Moines Stamp Manufacturing Company, and that embossing seal, the handheld would be $36 plus an $8 shipping. So they didn't give me a shipping price for Stones, but they're very, very close. This last photo, the
I'd like to
seal,
keep it local.
and that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to get both quotes so you guys knew that I was checking into.
And in the meantime, Courtney graciously has said that she can use Courtney's to get us by until the new embosser comes.
Yeah.
So the other embosser, is there a need for that with that department yet?
No,
To my understanding, it came out of,
it did come out of their
It
budget.
doesn't need storage.
That would be much.
Depends
I-
on what it says on the seal.
it says this right here. So it's a generic Carroll County, Iowa seal.
They may need it.
I don't.
They
know
might
anything
have a
yet
use
for it.
in their office for one. There might
Maybe
be
for-
documents
Yeah.
that they sign and seal.
Environmental health or.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it just says Carroll County, Iowa, so it could be used for anything
Okay,
down there.
and then clarify to the board too, you ordered one that also as well going forward is not just gonna say passports. So in the
Correct.
future, if we decide to go away from offering it, somebody else could have.
Yep,
That
it's going to
answered.
be the exact same Carroll County, Iowa, and then seal. Yep, so it looks exactly like that, copy of the embosser from the basement. So I will get that at one order today. Along with, in your packet here, I have photo equipment. Pardon me, the photo equipment that they currently have is obsolete, so once that film is done, it's done. So they were going to have to end up purchasing new photo equipment for passports as well. I got a good, better, best quote here. So your first page is your good, that bottom line is on the second page. It didn't print out very well, I apologize for that. But I went through the same company that they currently get their passport information from, their passport printers. The good is good, it will get us through. The downfall with it is not updatable. So, technology, always changing, updating. As I'm looking through here, I was looking at the better option because the better option is updatable. It comes with the camera, the printer. I'll be able to print them all right there. As they come up with new programs and update their programs, we will be able to update it. And then the best is the high end, but I don't see a need for the best. I think the better will give us what we need to make our pictures good for passport and to make sure we can keep our investment in it for a long period of time rather than just once it's done, if that makes sense.
So you're talking 975 versus
Versus the
1689?
1689, yes, sir.
And I will say, I did reach out to our IT department as well, and his recommendation was to go with the better. So you can update it instead of just buying it a one-time purchase and not being able to update the
Mhm.
program.
How much was the ambassador for instance?
It was $39.50 plus shipping.
Okay. And Courtney's gonna work with Sarah too on how to work that into the budget.
We'll probably see that on an amendment. The 39.50 can probably be absorbed,
The,
almost $1,000.
Yeah.
probably can't.
Yeah, so the embosser, yeah, I think I have that in my GIS budget already. I just wanted to make you aware of some purchases I'm looking to make for the passports, but I do not have a camera and a printer in my GIS budget currently. So
So is that 1690 or 1689 for everything then?
that would be for
the best.
the best, which includes this picture, your camera and your printer. And then underneath it, it comes with, your auto face alignment. That's just, it automatically comes with everything in training videos. It comes with the printer, transmitter, control console and camera. And it has a 1-year warranty as well.
But you're looking at doing the 975 plus the photo paper, right?
I was looking at hopefully getting the better for the 1689
89.
since it's updatable.
It didn't print off easy. so-
Yeah, it didn't print off easy. I apologize. I
Okay.
went through my,
Okay, so the
I wrote the
upgradable one
PDF.
is a 1689.95.
Okay, so
Yes.
almost 1,700.
Yeah.
Yes.
Courtney and I were looking at the same thing.
yes, which I should have that in my budget currently.
Oh, you have the, okay, so
Yes.
the paper on that.
That should be fine.
249.
The 249 should be fine right away. And yes, that
Okay.
should be fine right away.
Yeah,
So that would be 300 prints that I'd get right away. And then that would just be something that in my next budget, I would allot for another role. I think we go through 500 to 800 passports a year in my,
Pictures taken?
I don't know for sure pictures. I didn't
Okay.
get that information, but if we're doing passports and they don't have their picture, I was just guessing, and I'm gonna keep a nice spreadsheet to share with you guys as I go forward on pictures, renewals, actual brand new passports. So that way we have some good numbers.
And correct me if I'm wrong, people still can go to Walgreens.
Yes.
There's a couple
And
of
the-
places.
And the
Yeah.
options, yes, they can still go to Walgreens and get their pictures done. So that way it doesn't slow
It
down our
just makes us
process.
a one-stop
Yeah.
shop.
Yeah.
If the word gets out, you'll just come here. It'd be
Yeah.
way easier
Yeah,
than going there, come here.
yeah. And right now we are currently a one-stop shop since they were doing the pictures in the basement. So I think it's nice to still
Yeah.
offer
To
that.
continue that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree. Okay,
Yeah.
so what you're asking for is the 1689.95. You
Yeah.
can absorb the 249.
Yeah.
And the embosser.
Mhm.
Okay. When I say that, I'm saying the fast ID/CV system with Canon camera.
Yes,
Right?
yes, and that's their best seller just because it is, it's updatable.
Okay,
I have no problem with
I
it.
don't
It's something we need and it's part of the relocation process plus we're upgrading.
If you can't
How much
order,
we get for, how much we charge for one right now?
County gets to keep 35 of
We
it.
get $35 per
What we-
passport.
And then to get the picture taken is,
is that additional charges?
it is additional, but I don't know.
I think
I
it's
know the
10.
price.
or the pictures additional.
If we take it, yeah.
We're doing how many here?
Anywhere between 500 and 800 is what I,
So we don't know if those
or if those are
people
all.
are, they could be counted with the picture already
Yeah.
from the Walgreens option.
It's still.
I have
Okay.
no problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make we need a motion to do that or not.
Not really.
Technically, no, because you'll approve it when you amend the budget, but if you want it on the record that you guys are okay with it.
I think
you
that
can
we
make a
should
motion.
just. to
I'll
make
make a
sure
motion that we approve her request.
I will
And
second
we'll
that
make a
motion.
budget amendment accordingly.
Okay.
There's been a motion in a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Again,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And then who are the two backups in the
Oh,
treasurer's
correct.
office?
Lisa Wagner and Brooke are the two backups for if I'm not here, and I will coordinate, vacation and conferences, to make sure they know ahead of time.
So there'll be 3 qualified people residing in this building.
Yep,
too.
up here on this first floor.
And they've all had the training. Did Brooke? I know Brooke, we were waiting on Brooke.
Brooke, I'm still waiting for her
Okay.
to get done.
But Lisa's
But
already-
Lisa's done and I'm
Good.
done, so we have 2 people right now, so primary and a backup right now.
And I did reach out to Dalton, beginning of last week about getting it all changed, as far as in the computer website and stuff. And I think that's all taken care of.
Oh, perfect, thank you.
While you're here, Did anybody else get that email from, this one in regard to D and W fabrication?
From Nelson.
So
you
she
see that?
did not get that. It was only sent to the board, and it's one that I'm gonna send to Courtney as well when we get done.
I mean, I don't think there's anything that we need to do there also.
We were discussing it. It's within the 2 mile limit of.
I think it should go through the county
So-
attorney though, because they're saying if we don't respond to them in 60 days, they assume we're okay with it. But just to make sure that we,
So what I'll
is
do,
D and W, is that is actually a fabrication out there, rebuilding out there?
I think it is across the street from the Dick Warrenmont property or part of the Dick
Oh, yeah.
Warrenmont
and he
property.
wants to build a shop across the street,
And means it's within the 2 mile.
and it's his own property.
Well, I show that like them,
Yeah.
Is it an issue?
Oh,
with
Mike
how
hasn't
it's
seen it
classed,
yet.
That it's class agriculture and this is a commercial.
Wanna take a
building?
peek at that?
Think
you seen it?
there's-
So then he was gonna go through, I've had a conversation with him, he was gonna go through the rezoning process and how to rezone, he's like, I'll rezone my whole farm. Problem is, it's not, they're not happy with what he's doing, and he's doing all the right things, I actually don't see a problem with this, I do not see a problem with it, because it also would
who's having the problem?
Dick Warnock. Dick and Mercy.
But you're saying that the zoning side in the city of Carroll is the one that has an issue.
The way I understand it.
They said if he moved it north, they would have no problem.
But I think it's just a formality is why.
But
we
this
got
is on the
letter.
same acreage.
It's his property across the road.
It's across the road. There's nothing there. It's just farm government.
Actually, yeah, it is farm land because there's pasture right next to that. as well. So I'll hand it over to John Warren to take a look at it, but, and I'll send it to both of you too, so you're aware.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Good enough.
Very good. You all right?
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
It's a great day.
Congratulations on Tony.
Thank you.
All right. Item 37 is committee reports, and I'll go first because I got a couple things I want to remember to make sure I say. Courtney, when we discuss pre-budgets, that won't be a motion. That's just something optional that we do, correct? So
Yeah, yeah.
it's not like set in stone. We can have a discussion of who's gonna do it. Okay. So I'm gonna be having a conversation with you guys about that. Last week I had the newspaper radio. I had conversations with the assessor's office. We also had an assessor's meeting. And then conversations with the county attorney and recorder. This week I don't have anything official, but we do have Ryan and Bernadine's retirement party on Friday from 3 to 7.
Bernadine.
Myers,
Oh, okay.
sorry, my apologies, from 3 to 5,
That's 726
North
North
Main
Main.
Street. And this is next to Bank of the West, and this is per her request.
Is that big white house up there is what it is?
I don't know if it's designed by Bernie. I don't know where it is. Jamie just said it was
Be
next to
home
Bank
care-
of
Is
the
that
West.
home care options?
Yeah.
I just wanted to make you guys aware that we have that, and then I'll be talking to you guys about our pre-budget assignments.
I can go next. Last week I had the conference board on Tuesday. I also had conversations with the reporter and county attorney, and this week I had Rayanne's retirement party. Right. What did you do
Last week, I enjoyed my last week as a
Elected official.
elected official with my family. And that's about all I have for you.
We're gonna try and guide you as much as possible, like when you have some of your committee boards come up, I'm hoping that those emails are either being transferred to one of us, or it might be just transferred going forward from Dean's straight into yours, so you'll get heads up,
I would hope that Dalton could
do that.
up that
Set
way.
that up that way. Yeah.
And if you have questions, you just have to ask it.
Yep. But
What do you have, Courtney, maybe, do you know like a new one like that? Then committees he's got, let them know.
Well, there's a few of them that we have to notify now who's on the board, but I certainly can.
Yeah, I mean,
It doesn't hurt to let them know.
We don't show up. Say,
Yeah.
I'm the new guy.
yeah, yeah, right.
okay. Well, then I'll go next. Last week was kind of a quiet week, except Tuesday had conference board and then had a lot of conversations with throughout the week on a few other issues between the other supervisors here. And then This week, all I have is actually Friday is that retirement day.
Courtney, do you have anything?
Just a suggestion or a request maybe that,
I have radio and newspaper, sorry.
to keep this, our budget process moving forward, I would like the board to, in the next meeting or the one after that, set salaries. Clark will be here in 20 something
With
of
insurance.
January with insurance, so.
Have you heard anything about insurance at all?
He did not give me any indication.
Dang it.
Sorry. I might have wrote it in my new note, but.
That's okay.
Dean, did we ever set a date for ambulance negotiations?
Yeah, I don't have it written in this book because it's the old one, but I think it's the 23rd.
Well, and I agree with you on that, but I was hoping we give it a couple weeks so he kind of gets his feet on the ground.
That's
too.
fine with me.
Okay.
Obviously, the sooner the better.
Yeah.
Because it just puts everybody.
I'm still planning on holding pre-budget conversations without knowing that number is,
Without knowing that number.
yeah, well, I mean, because the other, I mean, we know those are gonna change. But the insurance and yeah, the four that are affected. But I was gonna probably start this week with my pre-budget meetings.
Typically, in the past, I've done it after those numbers, so that their budget is more. Cause it can be quite a swing. Especially if you do, 12%.
Especially those numbers as big as they're getting to.
So that's up
Hold
to
on.
you.
No,
if
I
you
can hold
want to.
I mean,
I
those- well,
typically wait.
You know what, if we're gonna have. What days I don't have supervisors for ISAC, then. That's the next.
17th, 18th, 19th. It's the 18th and 19th.
Yeah, so Courtney, we'll have it within the next few weeks.
Okay, awesome. And then next week, I just currently have a bill day. That's all I have going on.
I will make a motion to adjourn. So you want to say?
Yeah. There's a motion and a second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. We're adjourned.